Is it possible to distinguish one of the best characters anime has to offer within the first 10 seconds of meeting them? Yes. Their sunglasses too? Yes. Gurren Lagann boasts an impressive cast of characters, whether they're good or evil, big or small, even cute and ugly. But today there's one character we just can't ignore. He's quite possibly the manliest man in the room. Hey everyone, it's Ryan from Fig Ultra Reviews, and today we're going to be looking at everyone's favorite big bro / Aniki, Kamina. Does he have a last name? Kamina Jiha. Oh! Kamina Jiha from the anime. I'm doing the whole thing. Tengen Toppan Gurren Lagann! So, before we start the review, it's time to free Kamina from this cardboard box. Stacy, roll the footage, the unboxing footage. It's the one that says unboxing, Kamina unboxing.
Alright, come on.
Here we go.
It's recording.
Let's enjoy the otaku life. I remember how I found this anime. It was 2016 and I was at my first anime convention. There was this big wall scroll with all these cool characters and the mech and stuff. And my friend said, oh, that's from Gurren Lagann. I heard that anime is pretty awesome. You should watch it. So after I got home, I found it on Netflix of all places. I wonder if they still have it on there. Probably not. Watched it and was just blown away how great the anime was. I did not expect it to be so good. It's probably one of the best anime just to watch, period. It has a ton of great messages in it. It's about self-discovery and being proud of who you are. Plus it's made up of a cast of great unique characters. Shout out to Canon Bro and Liron. It's basically a mecha anime for people who don't like mecha. I didn't know mechs wore sunglasses. And our boy Kamina is probably one of the coolest characters in anime. Fight me. Got my Bakari sweat. It's time to... Got my Bakari sweat. Now it's time to start this review. 1 out of 5 figure reviewers recommend Bakari sweat as a drink of choice. And I'm that one. I noticed Kamina's box was a tad smaller than a few of the other Nendoroid boxes that I have, which is always good. I'm not gonna lie, smaller is better. Quickly going over Kamina's box, sporting the white and red colors. Like his glasses are red, they are not orange. His glasses are red, not orange. There's your number if you care about numbers. So I know why you all came here. It's for Kamina's sweet, delicious nips. Nipples! Did you know Kamina's name comes from Kami, meaning above in Japanese? What made him a cool character in the anime was all his quotes. There's so many good quotes from him. Believe in me that believes in you. Isn't that a Smashing Pumpkins song? Believe in me that believes in you. Which one's the full one? Accessory time. First up is his grinning face. Gritting those teeth I see. Next is what I like to call the "Who the hell do you think I am?" face. It looks like he's saying that, or he could be pointing towards the heavens. Whatever looks good for you. And then last, well, that's his sleeping face. He's sleeping. He's fine. He's just taking a quick cat nap. I like to put bubble wrap in here for his hair. Let's take a look at some of these goodies here. First, he comes with a straight arm, which you can remove his hand. It comes with an optional fist. And I think the other hand you can remove is his pointing finger. I think every other hand, nope, and his sword hand can be removed too. So you can mix and match. Next we have a slightly bent arm, good for holding a sword in. Next we have his arms that are made to be crossed. And one has a peg and the other has a slot. You can easily attach them. And he comes with 2 different lower pairs of legs. One for standing up straight and one for sitting down in his center console, which has a little peg on his booty that fits snugly into his center console. So now let's take a look at his goodies. First he comes with his sword. That big old sword that he has, I like when he pulls it out the first episode and it just keeps getting longer and longer. Unfortunately, it can't be removed from its little scabbard or sheath, whatever you want to call it. So, no bladed edges on this one. Next is, I guess, the little center console he can sit on from his mech. Then, of course, his iconic sunglasses, and I love the option that they give you to either have kind of a transparent pair to put on or a solid pair of colored shades. Kind of, they have like the shine going up the front of them. It looks cool. And last but not least is his cape. That thing is awesome. It really just finishes the figure. It seems like something's missing, but that cape just adds that extra oomph to it. You know what I'm saying? I also wanted to point out that his Pierce the Heavens hand was made a little bit bigger to stand out more compared to the rest of the figure. Okay, time to go into detail and point out some likes and dislikes. Fight the power! First, we gotta talk about the paint job on this bad boy. Going over it, it's amazing how good this paint work is on this figure. His tattoos, I gotta give a shout out to the look of the tattoos on this one, from his arms and his body that wrap around, the little tape around his wrists, and even his belt is painted great. His pants look great, even his little flippy floppies. Then of course the paint on the cape is amazing, and the logo on the back, and his face and his eyes and his just everything painted. This is like the perfect paint job on the figure. Like, oh, that's right, the nipples. Nipples look let's deep dive on his nipples here. Nips. His nipples. It's kind of weird seeing a Nendoroid with muscles, but it really works good on this figure. I guess the way that they constructed him, they made him a little bit bigger than some of the other Nendoroids, so it definitely kind of fits. It looks like it actually looks normal. Shout out to the cape again. They kind of gave it like a whooshing in the wind kind of effect. There's little ripples, and then like all the tatters on the bottom of the cape. Of course, what I mentioned earlier, what I love is it comes with the 2 sets of glasses, which are pretty easy to install. I actually like taking off his face plate first and then just attaching to the hair, then slapping the faceplate back on. It's easier than trying to maneuver it with his faceplate on, trying to get it on there. Just being able to switch hands on his arms makes a huge difference. You can come up with even more poses when you swap a hand out on a different arm. I love his folded arms. They work good when he's sitting down in his center console or standing up looking like a total badass as always. And of course you gotta love his hair. They even put like little shadows in the creases of his hair. And of course, now we will go to the dislikes. The one dislike I had was his hip joints. It makes it posing him a little difficult at times. So when swapping his standing upright legs to his sitting legs, you have to kind of take the little clear peg out of his torso, which is kind of tricky. Rip it out and put it in his other pair of legs and kind of jam it in there. One thing that I don't like is when you're changing from the sitting down to standing, you also have to change his feet, and when you pull the feet out, the little ankle bones come out with it, and you have to put them in the feet if they get stuck inside the leg. And it's another thing that sounds easy to lose if you're not careful, especially because they're clear. And getting the stand to kind of snap to his body from underneath the cape, but when you're trying to get the peg into his back from underneath the cape, you're kind of doing it blind and doing your best, and it won't always sit in, so it may take a couple tries to get him to stand in there. Actually, you know what, I actually like, for some reason, maybe I'm morbid, but I like his sleepy time face. It's totally different. You probably won't use it that much, but it is kind of like a cool, oddball way of thinking. You never really get something like this, and especially in a Nendoroid. I don't know how often I'll use the center console piece of him sitting down. It doesn't really fit in when paired up with other Nendoroids or figures on the shelf or anything, but you can make a silly video of him sitting in funny places.
Do the impossible, see the invisible. Roll, roll, fight the power, crush the untouchable, break the unbreakable. Roll, roll, fight the power. What you gonna do is what you wanna do. Just break the rule, then you see the truth. This is the king of G, cool baby. Roll, roll, fight the power. Power to the peeps, power for the dreams. Still missing piece, scattering so incomplete. We be that most incredible soldier from underground. See how easy they all fall down. Digging through the core to see the light.
Yeah. So here in Fig Ultra Reviews, we like to put a rating on these figures, and we're gonna rate them in 3 categories. First up is nippliness. These are top-notch nipples. Next up is photographability. Of course, like I said, being his character is so animated in the show, and they've captured it so well in this Nendoroid form, surprisingly, in this little chibi form, as he stands out among all the other Nendoroids in the collection, definitely. And lastly is badassness. And our boy Kamina here is bar none the most badass. Calculating all the numbers together, I'm giving our big bro Aniki, Mr. Kamina 5. Who in the hell do you think I am? Out of 5. So we can wrap up this review with some final thoughts on Kamina here. He is definitely worth every penny. This is probably one of my favorite Nendoroids that I have. It'll be great to get the entire cast. Simone is out. There's an old Nendoroid of Yoko, which might be kind of tricky to find since they're finally doing him and Simone. They'll add a new Yoko, which would be, I mean, they've done reversions, so hopefully we get a Yoko, fingers crossed. She seems to be a fan favorite for some reason. I don't know why. I mean, does she have cool nips like Kamina here? I don't think so. Alright, that's it. Thanks for watching. You're the best. Much love. I'll see you in the next video. Alright, now hold this box and I'll chop it.
Oh god, no.
You sure?
I'm not losing my finger. Jeez.
Ow!
And you did it?
Back on top of the shelf where I can't kill myself with it.
Yep. Good idea.
It's been 3 years since last incident. Since last injury.
Alright, is that it?
That's it.
Okay.
I hope that wasn't too awkward. I think I'm starting to get a hang of this reviewing thing. But hey, you know what is awkward? Yelling nipples 6 times in a row while your parents are sleeping. Things get a little weird during my reviews, and I'm alright with that. But don't get used to it. I don't want to be known as the nipple review guy. I have nipples, Ryan. Could you review me? Unless they're Joe Jonas's.